Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2 channel, and this is your match preview of Aston Villa versus Chelsea tomorrow, Sunday, 2 o'clock at Villa Park. Obviously Chelsea in good form. Aston Villa on the other hand, well, Steve Gerrard, he slipped on his fucking ass. He gave it to them, baba. Steve Gerrard. As a manager, he is absolutely awful. I'm just going to get straight into it. Awful manager. The way he has that Villa team playing is annoying me because on paper, I do like that Villa team. I rate a lot of their players. I like Danny Ings. I like Ollie Watkins. John McGinn's a good player. Boubacar Kamara they bought over the summer. I know he's injured at the moment, but he's a good player. They also bought Diego Carlos at the back as well. They got Matty Cash. They got Luca Dean. Emiliano Martinez? Is that his first name? Emiliano? It's Martinez. I know his last name is Martinez, but yeah, they got him in goal. Like, Leon Bailey, like I said, it's a good team. It's a good squad, and he's not really doing much with it. He's really underperforming with that team. And, I watched one of their games recently against Leeds United. They drew 0-0. Leeds had 10 men for the majority of that second half. And I promise you guys, that was one of the worst games of football I'd seen this whole year. That was a horrible game of football. So bad. Villa's style of play is awful, and it's just non-existent, really. I mean, what is their style? What do they do on the ball, off the ball, formation, stuff like this, tactics? It's just non-existent. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, Steven Gerrard is just not that guy at the moment. And I've heard Villa fans want him out. And I'm even hearing some people saying the way Villa are playing now was worse than this time round last season when they were underperforming as well under Dean Smith. And when you think about it, I think Villa fans should be disappointed. I think the owners should be disappointed because at the end of the day, they spent a lot of money on that squad, and that's a quality team they have out there. Douglas Luiz in midfield as well. That's another player I just forgot to mention. Jacob Ramsey. This is a good team we're talking about here. But the manager is just setting them back once again. And it's like crazy to me because this Villa team should be up there with the West Hams of this world. Do you get what I'm saying? Competing for sort of them Conference League places, maybe trying to push for the top six. I've seen people over the years say, oh, Villa could make a challenge for the top six this season. And really, they should, but they can't because their manager's not good enough. And Steven Gerrard, I really hope we put them in a spliff tomorrow. I swear down, we better put them in a spliff because they are awful to watch. The fans are not happy. Normally Villa Park is bouncing. It's normally a tough place to go to over the years, but in recent times it just feels like, the mood is just down at Aston Villa, and I can understand why. They're not doing well. Steven Gerrard's looking like a fraud, and they want to chat about my guy Frank Lampard, who's doing a decent job at Everton right now. Yeah, come on now, let's behave ourselves here, man. You get me? People relax, man. You get me? Considering Villa's squad is better than Everton's, I prefer not to speak. Let me not. Okay, let's just get into Chelsea and more news on us. Graham Potter done his team news. Done his press conference recently. Obviously, N'Golo Kante is out. I mean, setback. He's gonna miss the World Cup. He's out for another 3 months. I think Julian Laurent said Kante will be back around mid-January. So the first thing I thought of was we need a new midfielder. That's one. Two, I feel sorry for Kante. At the end of the day, I did want him to go to the World Cup, of course, because, he's only been to the World Cup once in his entire career. But luckily in that one time, he did win it. And considering his downfall at the moment, I can't see him really attending another World Cup again. If I'm going to be honest with you, the next one's in 2026. The guy will be in his 34, 35 years old, I'm pretty sure. So considering his durability isn't great and his fitness ain't great at the moment, unless he adapts his game, which I think him not adapting his game, I think is part of the reason why he keeps getting injured, then I don't see this guy having a future at Chelsea. And I don't see him having a future with France because they're even moving into a new generation of midfielders. They got Chouameni, they've got Camavinga, stuff like that. Even though I don't think France are going to do well at the World Cup this year anyway. But, Kante is a big blow. He's out for another 3 months. The guy had a setback. He just came back from an injury recently. Had individual training for a while, a couple of weeks of individual training, trying to get back to full fitness, trying to get sharp again, and boom, setback. Normally, when Kante comes back, Kante would come back, train for a bit, and then he'll play for us for a bit, and then, oh, he's injured again. This time, he just got injured without even playing a single game for us. That's how you know it's getting bad. And it looks like the club don't want to offer him a new contract, and I feel sorry for him. I really, really do. But at the same time, he also has to take responsibility, because at the end of the day, guys, Makalele said it in 2017. The way Kante plays now is good, world-class player. He's the best at what he does, of course. But he questioned it. In the future, he can't keep doing this. Makalele pretty much said, as he gets older, he can't keep playing the way he does, because his body is probably going to let him down. He's probably going to get injuries. And it's just going to affect his game time. And look where we are now. Keeps getting injured. And I get it, he's a quality player. But durability, availability is important, guys. It's the most important thing in football. You can have all the ability you want, but if you're not available, what is the point? And at the end of the day, the board will look at that and think to themselves, what's the point of re-signing this guy? He's on 290 grand a week, and he wants a 3-year contract with a further year option. Why would they give him that when the guy has only played 2 games this season? He's played 2 games this season, guys. 2 games. Yesterday marked 2 months since his injury he got against Tottenham. And now he's going to be out for a further 3 months. And the guy wants a long-term contract. I'm sorry, it can't happen. It can't happen. I love the guy, but it cannot happen. And yeah, that's him. I think on another video, I'm going to discuss more about Kante and his situation, contract, injuries, etc., and who's to blame and stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is, man. We just got to move on. Obviously, Reece James. Reece James is a weird one because, the day after, 2 days after, obviously, the injury he had, they said, oh, it's not too bad. You get what I'm saying? He's only going to be out for like 10 days. And then on the next day, they say he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. So it's not looking good as well in terms of that. Yeah. Reece James looks like it's going to be a race for him to see if he can make the World Cup. It's probably unlikely he'll play another game for us before the World Cup. So that's really, really sad. He's one of our best players, one of our most important players going forward, and back as well. So that's really, really unfortunate. And then obviously Mason Mount had a scan recently on his thigh to see, if he's all right, if he can play the game tomorrow. If he's fit, he'll probably play. If he's not, or not fit enough, he probably won't start, maybe make the bench. I'm not quite sure, but he probably should make the squad, Mason Mount. So yeah, he's doubtful, but I think he's going to make it. And Fofana obviously is out as well. And yeah, that's pretty much team news. Reece is out, Fofana's out, Kante's out, and Mason Mount's doubtful, although I think he is going to make it for tomorrow. So yeah, that's sort of team news on that. Like I said, tomorrow we should go to Villa, absolutely slap them, get the job done, and hopefully we sort of put a little bit of pressure on Steven Gerrard's job, because I think if we slap them, I think the fans will have something to say. I think the board will start looking at it thinking, Steven, it's not looking good, bruv. Anyway, let's get into the predicted lineup that I think Graham Potter is going to put out there. Starting with the formation, I think he's going to go with a 4-2-3-1, I think, tomorrow, or 4-3-3, whatever you want to sort of call it. In goal, Kepa, he's just going to continue his form. He's been doing well recently. So yeah, hopefully he continues doing that. You look at the back four, I think Cucurella is going to start left back tomorrow. He needs to start. Chilwell against Milan midweek was a bit meaty, I can't lie. But of course, you got to give him time. He just came back from an ACL injury, and I understand that it's going to take a while for Chilwell to really get back to his best. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that. Right back, I think Aspilicueta will play. He was good against Wolves. Of course, Aspi in one-off games can, get a job done, do well. But the fact that we're gonna probably have to rely on him these next few games, I just know a bad game is gonna come from him. I hope it's not tomorrow, but yeah, you just know that a bad game from Reece is probably pending. So yeah, excuse me, bloody hell, mate. The two centre backs, I think he's gonna go with Thiago Silva and Koulibaly. That should be simple. If not, then maybe it'll be Trevor Chalobah. Maybe save Silva for Brentford, but I think Silva should be able to play these two games. I think a lot of the team that played in Milan, I think, deserve to play in this game because at the end of the day, that second half, we just conserved a lot of our energy, and just controlled the game in our own tempo. It was a really slow tempo we played in that second half. So I think a lot of the players that played that day should be able to play in this game tomorrow. But yeah, Thiago Silva and Koulibaly at the back. The double pivot, I think Kova will start. I think the other one, I think he's going to start Ruben. I think he's going to give it to Ruben. Wouldn't surprise me if it was Jorginho, but I think he is going to start Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think he'll deserve it. I think in games like this, maybe in the back four, does Potter maybe trust Jorginho? I'm not quite sure. So far, he's shown to have. I think, in the two games in the Prem that we've started in the back four, Jorginho has started in the midfield in both games. So it wouldn't surprise me if he keeps up that momentum. Although against Crystal Palace, he wasn't great. But then against Wolves, he was pretty good. So we'll see. But I think he's going to start Ruben for the physicality, for more of the pace, the energy side of the game. Yeah, alongside Kova probably. So I think it's going to be Ruben and Mateo Kovacic. When you look at the three in front, I think if he's fit, Mason Mount starts this game 100%, no debate. And I think he is going to be available for this game. So yeah, Mason Mount starts for me and for Potter if he's fit. If it's not going to be Mason, it's probably going to be Conor Gallagher or something like that in that 10 role probably. So yeah, that's that. On the left, he's probably going to start Raheem Sterling. Up front, he's probably going to start Aubameyang. And on the right, this is a tough one because in my head, what I want to happen, if it was down to me, was obviously I'd want the 4-2-3-1 as well. Kepa in goal, Cucurella left back, Aspilicueta right back, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly. Personally, I'd play Jorginho and Kova because I think Jorginho, against Villa will be able to handle the game, will probably control possession, and dictate the game in our hands. But I think Graham Potter is going to play Ruben. And then when you look at the 10, something tells me that I think Mason should start in that 10 if he's fit. Personally, if it was down to me though, I'd play Pulisic on the left, Raheem Sterling on the right, Aubameyang up front. Because at the end of the day, I don't think Raheem Sterling at the minute is on form. I don't think he's playing well at the moment. And I still think he should start this game, but I just think he should start on the right-hand side. Because I'm starting to think to myself, Raheem Sterling is arguably better on the right than he is on the left. Arguably. I'm not saying, he definitely is. But from what I saw at Manchester City, from what Man City fans say, they like him better on the right than they do on the left. They find him frustrating on the left. They find him good on the right. So I don't know. Personally, I'd give it a try. Play Raheem Sterling on the right. Let's see what he can do. Linking up with Mason Mount and stuff like that. Give Pulisic a time on the left. So far, under Graham Potter, every time he's come on or the game he started against Wolves, he's done well. He's made an impact. So for me, why not start Pulisic on that left-hand side? And up front, Aubameyang, keep up that form. Keep up that goal-scoring ability. Get the goals for us, do the link-up play, do all of that stuff, do all that nice stuff. And hopefully he bags like a brace tomorrow or something like that. But I think Graham Potter's going to go with Mason in the middle. The right-hand side, it's a question mark. Because he's going to go with Sterling on the left, probably Graham Potter. But on the right, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's either Gallagher or it's either Kai Havertz. I don't know who he's going to pick. I think it's going to be Conor Gallagher. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was Kai Havertz. So yeah, that's the team that I think Graham Potter's going to go with. If you're confused, I'll just repeat the lineups again. The lineup I think Graham Potter's going to go with: Kepa in goal, Cucurella left back, Aspilicueta right back, Koulibaly, Thiago Silva as the centre backs, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic, Mason Mount in the 10, Conor Gallagher on the right, Raheem Sterling on the left, Aubameyang up front. In terms of what I would change, I wouldn't play Ruben. I'd play Jorginho instead. and I would shift Raheem Sterling to the right, play Mason in the 10, and put Pulisic on the left. That would just be me. I give him my reasons for that, and yeah. In terms of a score prediction, guys, I'm gonna go with a 3-0 Chelsea win. I think we're gonna slap them up. Potterbull's in full effect. We're playing good football. They're shit. We should be able to get the job done, move up the table, get some points going, get the winning run going as well. Continue the winning run. If we win this game, it'll be 5 in a row, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, let's do this, guys. Hopefully tomorrow we absolutely cook them. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, follow my social media down below. I'm 8 away from 100 subscribers, so please do share the video around and help me get to 100 subscribers as soon as possible. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the play ratings and the match review. So yeah, come on, you Blues. Let's do this.